Today, we're talking about how letting go of the attachments of the past allow us to let in the love of the future. I'm Marina Ormes here with your Astro vibe for Sunday, October 15th. Today, the moon is in Libra as the day begins in the middle of the night, right, while we're sleeping. And then in the morning, the moon shifts into Scorpio. So yesterday we had a new moon and solar eclipse in Libra, beginning a new moon cycle that will be focused on themes of justice, of peace, of balance, of relationships and partnerships. So with the shift of the moon into Scorpio, we take our first step into this moon cycle, and it's a fairly intense one. A Scorpio moon it brings us face to face with truth, whether we want to see it or not. And it can bring us into that deeper place of transformation. Again, not anything that we have control over, but something that may be taking us to the place we need to go, where sometimes our tendency to cling to the past, where we feel comfortable, where we know how things work, can interfere with our ability to transform and move forward and step into the future. So we're beginning this moon cycle. We're taking our first step into this journey that we will be working through this current moon cycle in terms of the themes of partnership and balance and justice and peace, and what that looks like, and what we're doing in our own lives to create some of those feelings of peace. And if you missed my video from yesterday, really great insights into what this eclipse is about, why it's so intense, how it's bringing about the potential for changes, new possibilities, opening the doors to thinking about things differently in terms of world events, and also in terms of the context of bigger picture astrological cycles and the shift of Pluto from Capricorn, where we're focused on authority and structures and systems and ways of being organized, into Aquarius, which is very future focused, very innovative, very equalitarian, and very much thinking outside the box to access new solutions, which we desperately need to some of the world's problems. So as we're in this long-term transition from that Pluto in Capricorn energy to the Pluto in Aquarius vibe, this is what we are working through. And so yesterday's video gave you a little bit more perspective on that. Definitely check it out. The October 14th Libra solar eclipse video that I recorded for you. So check that out. And so as the moon shifts into Scorpio today, there is an intensity that brings. So again, Scorpio is not about being light or fluffy or superficial. Scorpio energy and the moon going through Scorpio is going to take us straight into the truth, straight into confrontations with what is in that place of deeper truth that we may or may not be ready or willing or desiring to confront. So this is kind of a cliche, but think about the metamorphosis that takes place when a caterpillar becomes a butterfly, right? Okay, it's a little bit of an overused metaphor, but nevertheless, it's really apt. So when that caterpillar lets go, it has to die to its old self. It has to let go of old ways of being, old ways of surviving, old ways of understanding the world and one's role in it. And that caterpillar goes into that cocoon, How does it know to do that? We don't know that. It's a mystery, right? The impulses, the urges, the drives that direct that caterpillar to go into or create a cocoon in which it will undergo this ultimate transformation. The same thing happens when a woman gives birth, right? We are dying to our old self. We do not know what it is we're creating. All we can do is trust the process and know that what is calling us forward is where we need to be. So if we are that caterpillar going into that cocoon, we have to let our old self die. And the purpose of that is so that we can become something magical, something incredible, something that we couldn't have even imagined from our old state of being because of the limitations that that state of being had that came along with it, right? As part of the whole package. So we're stepping into a whole new package, a whole new set of possibilities, of ability to imagine, to actualize, to create. And we don't know necessarily where we're going. So that is what this Scorpio moon energy brings in the context of this Libra eclipse moon cycle that is about peace and justice and balance and harmony in relationships across the board. It's an archetype, so it shows up in many different ways in our lives. It certainly is showing up in the collective in terms of conflicts in the world. It also may be showing up in your life in various ways, in how you're working through relationships or partnerships of different types. All of that is part of this archetype. You may also be working through ways that you are discovering how to have balance between different parts of yourself. Maybe there are parts of yourself that don't always get along or maybe in conflict with one another. So learning how to find that place of balance to support yourself in that process of discovery. And so as you let go, right, some of this just means letting go of control, letting go of old ways of understanding things, old states of being where you knew how things worked. Just like that caterpillar, you have to let go of that sense of understanding things and feeling in control, because just like that caterpillar, you're going through this death and birth process where you are letting go of old ways of being and stepping into new ways of letting in love. Love is trying to find us. It is trying to help us. It is trying to embrace and support us and to remind us that, hey, you are a creative being. You can stand in your own authority and step into leadership and whatever that looks like in your life. And as you do that, you are part of this container that is bringing more love forth and helping to create outcomes like that butterfly emerging from that cocoon in its beautiful new free winged state, right? That is so much more has so much more possibilities, right? So much more abilities in this new state of being. So we don't know what we're becoming, but this transformative Scorpio moon may take us through some hard places, some challenging places, especially as the moon passes by Mars. Mars in Scorpio, intense feelings, intense energies, intense potentially things happening, right? Showing up in your life and in the world. So just remember that we have this ability to create the future from the phoenix rising from the flames, right? From the old ways of being, we have this potential in the middle of all of it to choose who we want to be, to choose what we stand for, and to choose how we are going to participate in co-creating the kind of world we want to live in. And that's a great word for this moon cycle, co-creating, as we think about partnerships and collaboration and bringing about balance and justice in the world. So how can we work together to create outcomes that are more beautiful than we could have imagined from our old selves? All right, that's it for today. Be sure to check out yesterday's video about the eclipse and the eclipse energy, some great in-depth analysis for you astrologically and just in terms of human evolution and what we're learning and how we're changing and growing. Some great insights there that you might find helpful and inspiring. And then from Friday, October 13th, I did a video then also with some tips for cultivating inner peace. So that video was really great for giving you some practical tips on how to support yourself in this process. So if you're feeling a little lost or overwhelmed, definitely go check out Friday, October 13th's video for some tips on how to take care of yourself in this process to keep creating new levels of feeling peaceful and new ways of doing that for yourself. All right. Thanks for being here. I am Marina Ormes. You can learn more about me at astrologyheals.com. And I have opportunities there to book some time with me if you'd like to explore your chart in greater depth. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And thank you so much for your support. Check it out. I'm here every day with astrology for unshakable self-care, letting you know what the moon and the planets are doing and how you can make the most of it. All right. See you next time. Bye for now.